My name's Carolina Diaz.
Hello, my name is David Rodriguez. I am a full-time student at San Francisco State University.
And I am a full-time student and part-time worker. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof,
Or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press.
Right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances.
Journalism is the fourth estate. The free press is the fourth estate, so it's necessary to keep the balance of power where it belongs.
Can you describe a time in your experience as a journalist where you saw the importance of your reporting, writing, photographing, etc.?
I went to the Missouri Photo Workshop, so I pretty much went to this town in Missouri, Mountain Grove, and when I got there, people, even though I'm Mexican American and I'm brown, and I was one out of 15 Hispanics that were there, people came and saw what I was trying to do. And being around people who just want their stories to be told, all they want is someone to hear what they got to say, really filled me with a lot of happiness of what I was doing. So families were welcoming me, a complete stranger, into their homes. So having that trust with the people I photograph, having that relationship is where I told myself, like, this is what I want to do, this is what journalism's about.
So recently, I just, on campus, there was like this group that is the Jewish Studies Association, and then they had like a tent that was all set up, and no one kind of went to go cover it or anything, and so I covered it for my newspaper class, and they seemed really grateful for me to like be spreading the word about what they're trying to do, which was be more, have it as like a private sanctuary for people to go to, and then they could like go there and just feel safe. And it was all for Sukkot too, which is the Jewish festival, so they were just trying to bring more attention to that, and they were grateful I was there.
Can you describe a time in current events when you saw journalism play a role in the balance of power in our democracy? Be specific as possible.
I think there are probably two that I can think of, not Kavanaugh. I think post 9/11, like, we saw kind of a weird pairing of patriotism and things that the government was doing that were not okay, and how the media chose to report our involvement in Iraq was interesting. It was not how the media should have behaved, and then they quickly walked that back, and I think that helped change public sentiment on our particular involvement in that conflict.
What do you plan to do with your journalism degree? Do you want to go into it?
So what I want to do is go into a newsroom, like a news station, and just like help research and really like find important things that are going on around the world and just bring more attention to it.
Or just any New York outlet that will give me free range to cover the stories that I want to do. Like being part of the Missouri Photo Workshop really showed me my true passion, what I want to cover, which is documentary photography, and covered people's lives that are being affected by, all the wrong in the world, whether it be problems with methamphetamine, whether it be problems, with spousal abuse, whatever it might be, just stories that really hit close to home that we all relate to. Finding those stories and finding those people who make the stories more appealing is why I want to get into this business, and just because everyone that's going through something wants their voice to be heard, whether it be drug problems, whether it be immigration, everything that's happening with just DACA recipients. When we go to people and we try to find these stories, we mostly get no. All the time we get no. But then there's this one case where the person that really wants their voice to be heard is there waiting, and then we tend to get disappointed and just become discouraged when it comes to all those no's, that we just give up. And we're like basically one family away from finding the family that was going to make our story. And I feel like that's what I want to do. That's why I want to do journalism, just finding those families that really want their voices to be heard, or those people being affected by these problems.